Please give a warm welcome to Emmanuel Vera IV.
Holy shit, am I a Rihanna fan now? I think so. Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for coming. I'm excited to be here. You know, thank you for enunciating my name correctly, Moondeck. That was nice. Emmanuel has got 4 syllables. It usually confuses most MCs. I think the worst one I ever got, though, this guy brought me on the stage. He said, "Please welcome to the stage, Emule." What the fuck is that? Like this big cage opens up, I come lumbering out. Emule. I'm here to make you laugh. I don't know. They have a hard time, because I have 4 names, and I'm the 4th. My name is Emmanuel Christopher Michael Vera IV. And like, MCs, they get confused. They're like, "Oh, do we want me to say it all?" I'm like, "No, just say what you can pull off. It's okay." But having 4 names is a Catholic thing. I'm not Catholic, though. Just born into a Catholic family. Last time I was in a Catholic church, I was in Alaska. And it was this tiny town called Naknek, Alaska. It's a little coastal fishing town. It's got a big question mark next to the population sign. Because they send up smoke signals if someone replies, 1. It was fun. And I was in a Catholic church. It was about the size of this stage. It was interesting, though, because at the end of the service, the priest or whatever, he goes outside, gets into the driver's side, or pilot's side of a Cessna, and then he flew away. And I thought to myself, God, I gotta get back to Idaho. This is fucked up. This is a weird place, you know. You meet people in like Idaho, I'm sorry, but I'll tell you what, Alaska, that's a weird fucking place. I was 17 years old. I'm standing in a bar in the middle of nowhere, Alaska, which is most of the state. The bar has a dirt floor, and on the sign where it says bar, there's the faded outline of an N where they just ripped it down. It's like, bar now, get the cows out of here. Bring in the cider. I'm standing there and I'm talking to this lumberjack. And this guy has lost his finger in some kind of axe-wielding lumberjack mishap. I don't know how that happens, but apparently it does. But instead of throwing his finger away after he lost it, he mummified it somehow through strange lumberjack technologies and turned it into a pendant that he wears around his neck. And he's telling me Idaho's a weird fucking place. He's all racist potatoes, and I was like, mummified fingers, I think I got you beat, bro. Barkeep, another gin and tonic. I'm 17. I don't know, strange place. But I like Idaho. Coming from Idaho is fun. It's a nice, normal place, except for it's not at all. I don't know. It seems like a lot of people are taking this world a little too seriously. They're too distracted, you know? Like, it's hard to, like, get the attention of a stranger in a positive way. You know, you can't just be like, "Hey, how's it going? Excuse me." You know, people are like, "Oh, my phone, it's so much more important than you." You know, we're out in front of the grocery store the other day. I have my daughter with me, and this lady, she's driving away, and I said, "Hey, lady! Hey, lady! Hey, lady!" And then I had to throw my Hawaiian sweet rolls at her to get her attention, sacrificing the dozen. Which is why I went to the store. Everything else in my hands was just impulse buys at the fucking checkout counter. But she looks down at me and she's like, "What the fuck do you want?" And I said, "Is this your kid?" This little boy next to me. Because he seems to fucking think so. And she was like, "Oh, get in the car, damn it. I did it again." She was a bitch about it, too. She was just like, "Get in the car," closes the door, she drives off. You know, I looked at my kid and I was like, damn, what a bitch. You know? If I had done that, I mean, me and you, we would go straight to Baskin Robbins. You get all 31 flavors because Daddy is desperately sorry. Plus, he would hate for you to tell your mom. Well, see, I'm in an interesting situation, though. See, I have a kid with a person who hates me. Absolutely despises my presence. It's okay, I hate her back. Don't worry. But just to put it into perspective, how difficult our relationship was. How many of you have ever had the significant other that likes to solve all their arguments by slitting their wrists and rubbing their blood all over the walls? Hands? No, yeah, it's a lonely roller coaster. And it just goes down. Never goes back up. Not to mention all those fucking sponges I went through. Eventually I got sick of it. I was like, this one's dishes, that one's arguments. Settled. I had a friend making fun of me one day. He was like, nice pink sponge fairy. And I just looked at it and I held it up and tears welled up in my eyes. And I was like, it used to be yellow. It used to be yellow. It's difficult. It's difficult raising a person like that, you know? But my kid, like, she's cool. I mean, as terrible as my relationship is with the mom, the kid is fucking rad. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love her to death, you know? But I've recently become a useless parent. You know, she's 10 now. I don't know how that happened. It's like a decade has gone by. And she became independent. She doesn't need me to tie her shoes or cut the crust off the... You know, I just, like, I'm useless. The other day she let me sleep past noon, which has never happened before. You know, and as a parent, when things like that happen, you get paranoid. You're like, oh, what the hell is going on? You know, you get scared. You gotta protect your DNA, grow the bloodline. You know, make it strong. Anyway, I woke up and I looked at my clock and I was like, oh my God, something's wrong. She's probably dead. Oh, and I run into her room and she's not in her bed. And I was like, oh my God, the gypsies, my dad was right. And I go out in the living room, there she is, peacefully watching cartoons. She's all fully dressed. She looks fantastic, you know. She's eating cereal. She's like, want some? And I was just like, no. Yes, that sounds delicious. Sitting there crying into a bowl of Cheerios. It's even got sliced bananas. Who taught her how to use a knife? Oh, probably her mom. Now that I think about it. But the thing about being a parent is obviously you have to have a job. You got to pay for your kid. You know, they're expensive as a motherfucker. They just keep eating and growing out of their clothes, and then they want gummy snacks and shit. It's ridiculous. So you know, I got a job like everyone else, but I work at. It's nothing glamorous. I'm just a prep cook at a pizza place. No big deal. You know, and I always get paired with a guy I can't rely on. Y'all got someone you can't rely on that never shows up. You know, it's okay. You can clap. I won't blame you. It's a human experience. We've all had it. Don't worry. I don't blame you for not clapping because it's a shitty experience. Anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm chopping vegetables by myself. The guy that's supposed to be there did not show up. And I thought to myself, well, I'm going to be here all goddamn day. I deserve a break. So I go outside to the back patio to have myself some fresh air, and I look over, and who should I see? The gentleman who is supposed to be in the kitchen with me chopping fucking vegetables. And he's slowly bringing an ice cold beer up to his lips, and I said, freeze, mister! What the hell are you doing? He's like, I'm having a beer. I said, well, you shouldn't because you're supposed to be in the kitchen helping me. He said, no, I'm not. I said, yes, you are. He said, prove it. And I said, you fucking prove it. Go check the schedule and come back here and talk to me. So he did. And he comes out and he's all pissed off because I was right and he was wrong. Plus I was doing the whole, I'm right, you're wrong. Go ahead, say it. Say it. He looks at me, a full-grown man. He's older than me. He's 35 years old. He looks me dead in the eye and he says the stupidest thing I've ever heard. He says, oh, I'll clock on, but this is bullshit. There's 3 hours left in the shift. Just pour your packs into a paper cup. I'm not telling anybody. If anybody can chop cucumber and get drunk at the same time, it's you. You got my hope, bro. You can do this. Could you imagine that? I mean, it's just pizza. You know, it's like, if you have a shitty attitude or a positive attitude, it doesn't really matter because it's still just going to be a pizza that comes out. But could you imagine if you were like encountered that kind of situation in a field where it's like absolutely imperative to maintain a positive attitude about your job? Like, imagine it. Your surgeon walks in, he's like, oh, I'll remove the tumor, but this is bullshit. Or like a pilot. And he was like, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. As you can see, I've turned on the fasten your seatbelt signs. I have in fact decided to land this plane, but this is bullshit. Or like our Savior, Jesus Christ. Could you imagine that? Oh, I'll die for your fucking sins. But this is bullshit! You guys were a lot of fun. Thanks for listening. Have a good night.